Well, it's been a week. I'm Holly.
Drew here.
I'm Jerry.
I was doing a short and I actually fell and got really hurt. And then I had a mower accident. I was trying to learn how to drive a zero turn and I smashed my foot between the zero turn and the back of Drew's truck. It was fun. I wanted to show you guys a tour of the garden and what's going on. The beets we planted probably about 3-4 weeks ago. I'm thinking it was 3. I don't have my date on me. And them, we had held them over from November, and my thought was that they would do really well, but they don't let their faring too well. So I will show you what a beet looks like after 3 weeks. Yeah, it didn't work. They spent all their energy just being alive, so without going into the ground, which we learned a lot here on the farm all the time. And that's one of the things we learned in the heat. In the heat, the squash didn't do well. They produced really great leaves, foliage, did really well with all that. You thought they were going to produce, they produced little bitty things and then they wouldn't go any further. And that's because they spent all their energy just trying to survive the heat. So we planted some beets in the fall, but I held those over and thinking that we would just plant them now and maybe we'd get a good harvest, but we're not going to get a good harvest. So got to plant some more beets today. The onions look amazing. Of course, they're not holdovers. They're newly planted. So, but they're looking good. They're growing really great. Yes, we got to weed some beds, but we're behind right now. And today was the big planting day, and I hurt my leg yesterday. So we'll see how it goes. I'm assuming the carrots are going to be the same. I'm assuming that they're not going to grow as well because they were with the beets and they were held over. But we're going to see, and we're going to pull one up right now and see if it's doing the same thing that the beets are doing. Kind of something I see. Orange. It looks good. Yep. That's because the soil's too tight in there.
Still gonna be a carrot.
But it's still going to be a carrot.
Looks like a little piece of shrimp. We got what's called shrimp carrots.
I think the carrots are going to be about the same. Of course, this bin is just because the soil's not loose enough, but they should be a lot bigger, probably about 3/4 of the size that they are, more than the size that they are. So much for holding them over. But on a good note, the other stuff looks really good, and I'm very excited about them, and I'm excited about the spring market that will be next weekend. So we have microgreens going, and we'll be doing bouquets and fudge for now while we wait on everything else to get ready to be sold. We have some tomatoes in the field, and we also have some tomatoes that we transplanted for sale that we will be taking to market to sell. We also have cosmos growing, celosia. We have a lot of flowers to put in today, our snaps and all that stuff. And then we have a lot of things still growing. We have cucumbers coming and peppers, squash, okra. Everything else is in the trailer getting ready to go, ready to become little toddlers so that they can go into the ground. But let me show you what we have. This is the green drop grass that we have for fillers this year. This is petunias for Drew's hanging baskets. This is cilantro that was left over after we planted a whole bunch. These are my snapdragons that are ready to go in, and they will be going in today. Those are more tomatoes for the market. And here is one of my pride and joys. The cosmos. There's 3 flats there. I love cosmos. It's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. I don't like the vase life. It lasts about 5 days, but the filler part of it lasts a lot longer. So I don't really use it for the bloom so much as the greenery for the filler. But they are beautiful to look at. And if you want just some color in your yard, plant some cosmos. They're really easy to start from seed and they produce really quickly. I think the cosmos is going to make it to our first market. I'm really enthusiastic about that. They grow so quickly that I think once they're in the ground, they're really going to flourish. But I was wrong about the beets and the carrots, so might be wrong about the cosmos. Won't be something new. I'm going to show you the first set of snaps that I grew that did not do very well, but the ones that did live in the trays did very well, and I'll show you those. Those are the ones that actually survived the tray, and they ended up looking really good. And there's some in here too. There's some more of a darker color one. Those right there are the darker color ones. They look more like the tray, but they're doing really good too, the ones that did survive. These are Gafrina straw flower. These are straw flowers. These are Gafrina. Those are my other grasses down here. This is Celosia. It looks great, and I think it might make it to the market as well. It's been looking really well. Here's some more cilantro that we have. Those are my grasses. They look great.
I love them.
This is sage. We'll be doing some herb baskets this year. Petunias again. Drew's already putting some in the hanging baskets. That is my peach trees. Those three right there. Eucalyptus, which most of that is put in. That's just what I have left in the tray, which there's only about 7 of them in there. Maybe about 10 of them in there, but those look good. Most of those are in the ground. And this is my pride and joy right now. It is looking really good. These are the sweet peas that I planted. They're looking good, all except these. Because we put a frost cloth over these, and we left the frost cloth on an extra day, and it got kind of warm that day. So I guess it burned them a little bit. So it's been a rough week. These are the sweet peas that we grew. They are doing amazing. Lots of them everywhere. It's our first time to grow peas, so we were very excited. Lots and lots of peas. Actually kind of surprised about the peas. I thought that they would grow like a lot of foliage and then have them just hanging off of them. I didn't know that they would produce foliage just this much and have peas already. Maybe it's the way that I planted them. I'm not sure. We're learning. This is the first time we've ever grown them. So, but I'm anticipating that they will grow a lot more foliage and a lot more peas. We will see. So these are the tomatoes that we put in last weekend. They're doing really well. We lost about 4. We have 35 of them now. There was 39. We'll be doing succession planting of our tomatoes. So we're going to be putting in Romas this week and hopefully some large cherries. And then we'll hold off on half of the cherries and we'll be bringing in the Super Fantastic, planting them last. The reason that we're planting the Super Fantastic last is the Phoenix are similar to the Super Fantastic, and we need succession planting so that they don't all produce at once and so that we are always bringing fresh produce to the market. So we will stagger out our planting. That's called succession planting, in case you didn't know. Hence the word succession planting, success. Something we need a lot of this year. Strawberries look amazing. This is the first year that we've done strawberries in bulk. And we didn't get a ton of success out of all of them. We had 200 plants, and I'm thinking that we have maybe half of that alive, but we're still going to keep pushing and we're going to try more next year. Hopefully we can get past all these adversities and gather blessings. We've been getting berries daily now, and they are sweet and delicious. So if it's any indication of all the strawberries we're going to have, that's going to be even bigger than this and full of flavor, definitely full of flavor. So bringing them to the farmers market this year. Come see us.
That's my favorite part.
Delicious.